So with the lesson today, we are actually going to talk about predicting the future using seasonal indices and moving average or center moving average. So it applies whether it's moving average or center moving average. The difference is moving average, you've got the odd period. And center moving average, you've got the even. That's all. Alright? So basically they are the same thing. Now, what I've shown you on Wednesday was to work out the seasonal index or the seasonal indices. Today, we're going to use the moving averages or center moving averages and seasonal indices to predict the future values. Now, the most important thing is for you to be able to discuss the reliability of the prediction. We are going to the future, therefore we are going to extrapolate. Alright? This one is going to be different from what we talk about in terms of bivariate data. We are extrapolating, and part of it will be considered as reliable. Please do not get confused with bivariate data. Alright? I will go through the steps with you in a few minutes. Now, what I've done on Wednesday is to show you how to work out the 4-point center moving average and then the regression. Correct? You all remember how to do that? Just a quick recap. We've worked out the 4-point moving average, we plot it on the graph, and then what I did was to show you how to fit a regression line to 4-point center moving average. Input in the class pack, use linear regression, alright, and then work out, set the calculation, list 1 is X, list 2 is Y, and then you can work out A and B, and the moving average equals to 0.8574t times 4.6503. Again, remember, 4 decimal places, this is at least 2. Alright? 2, it's alright. At least 2. So give it 4 definitely for the coefficient of t, and this could be 2 or 3 or 4. Alright? So that is the most important one, 4 decimal places. Here, probably give it 3, I would say. And I'll show you how to plot. Now, this time, when you plot, you are using the moving averages. Alright? What happened is, we look at the average sale in quarter 10, average sale in quarter 9, average sale in quarter 8. Alright? That's moving average sale. And we have to bring it back if that is the moving average for quarter 9. If we are looking at actual data, you've got to bring it back using the seasonal index, because this sale is actually higher, so you know that the seasonal index will be over 100%. Alright, it will be over 100%. So you'll be multiplied by 130% or 140%. This one is about 140%, sort of, if I can remember correctly. But remember that to work from the predicted to that, from the predicted moving average to the predicted sale data, if it is above in this graph, you're multiplied by something which is over 100%. Whereas this one will be multiplied by something which is less than 100%. Alright, that's a sanity check. Now, I'll show you how to work out the seasonal index. You know for February, this is how much sales? 30% more than the average. 45% more than the average. That is 0.58% of the average, or 58% of the average, less than the average, and this is about 20%. Alright, so you realize that the seasonal data, the seasonal index, is just the average of the 3 seasons. Average of the 3 May quarter, average of the 3 August quarter, and average of the 3 November quarter. Because we have 4 seasons, the sum of the seasonal indices must be 400%. Alright, if it is 3, it's 300%. 2 is 200%. Alright, remember that. Now, how are we going to use it to predict? So if we use n equals to 0.8574 plus 4.6503, we can predict the sales for the future. We can use the regression model to predict the future value. Then we factor back using the seasonal effect. All right? So the predicted value is the predicted moving average times the seasonal index. So what we do is work out the predicted moving average based on the regression equation. Yeah? Yes? So go back to this graph. So we base on this moving average, we work out what could be the value of this. All right? Then we use the seasonal index to bring it down to that curve. All right? Yeah? All right. Let's have a look how we do it. So the predicted value can also be obtained using class band analysis, the predicted moving average value analysis trace. Or either use class band or use this. All right. Do you know how to remember how to use class band? Do you remember how to use class band trace? Okay, that's good. So you can either use that or use this. All right. The predicted moving average. Now, once you've got that, can you work on, you know the equation, can you actually find out the centered moving average using the regression equation, please? Do at least 3 of them. Do at least 3 of them. Predict period 13, 14, and 15. Now T would now be 13, and then you can work out what the centered moving average is. So T is this. This is N, and this will be T. All right. Use the regression equation. Maybe some of you do quarter 13 and 14. Some of you do 15 and 16. Some do 17 and 18. Some do 19 and 20. All right. Just keep along, do a few. To make sure that you know how to use the equation. You have already derived the equation. You can see that we are predicting into the future. This is quarter 13, 14, 15, 16. In the data itself, we only have quarter 1 to 12. All right? We only have quarter 1 to 12. So try a few. Use your class pad. If you haven't got a class pad, come and grab one from me, please. Try a couple of all right. Once you've done that, I'll talk about how we obtain the sales. Alright, check your answer. Now, so let's ignore this bit first. Let's ignore the sale. So we have predicted the moving average, the centered moving average in this case. Alright, these are the values. So if you actually plot the graph, it will go on and on, up to 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, it will go all the way up. All right, that's what you're doing. You're using your regression line to predict the future. All right, therefore, I say here, you're predicting the future. You're going above. Now, what I want all of you to think about is, here we've got from quarter 1 to quarter 4, 5 to 8, 9 to 12. All right? So each period you've got 4 seasons, 4 seasons and 4 seasons. Right? Let's have a look at what we could do. To get this, You multiply this by that, you get the predicted sale. Multiply the center moving average, that will give you your predicted sale. All right, can you try a few of that, please? Yes? Sorry?
When you multiply the moving average with the seasonal index, do you just multiply it by percentage or do you multiply it by the decimal?
You can do either way. As long as, if you multiply by the percentage, you will still get the same thing. It's 130.25%. You've got to put in the percent. If not, it's just 1.3025. Right? Okay? Percentage is divided by 100.
Okay.
So either way is fine. Make sure that you put in the percent. And check that the data, the answer that I've done is correct. Like I say, for lessons, I actually use Excel to work all this out. I'm trying to just use one set of data to show you everything. Yes, if it is given to 3 decimal places, yes, give 3 decimal places, yeah. So you, now, what I've done here is to predict the sale in 2020 and 2021. All right? If you've done a couple, pause there for a minute because I'm going to go back and have a look at the original data. So the original data, I have got 2017, 2018, 2019. Original. 2017, 2018, 2019. Now, what we are doing is we are predicting 2020, 2020, and 2021. Right. Here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20. All right? We have used 12 quarters to predict up to 20 quarters. How accurate are they? All right, if you think about bivariate data, you'll be saying that it's extrapolated, it's not reliable, correct?
So how far can you extrapolate it?
Thank you. How far can you extrapolate in this case is what we are looking for. So in terms of reliability, although this prediction, this 2020, they are extrapolation. These 4 periods are considered reliable because they are within one cycle of the given data. That is so important. You must explain. It's within one cycle of the given data. All right? Busy, you're not paying attention. You're looking at something else. All right, come on. So you are thinking about one cycle of given data. Anything above one cycle, not reliable. So 4 time series data, when you do prediction, anything that's within one cycle, that's reliable. Above one cycle, not reliable. That's what you have to say in the exam and in the test. Make sure that you know when it is within one cycle, when it is above one cycle. All right? Yeah? Happy with that? So basically what I've shown you today is using center moving average to predict the future. Monday, I'm going to show you seasonalized data to predict the future. It's the same thing, but you get a slightly different answer. So just a summary, prediction using CMA or MA, moving averages or standard moving average. Determine the number of seasons for the time series data and use the moving average or center moving average to smooth the data. The good thing is you could use your calculator to view the moving average or standard moving average graph to determine that linear regression is appropriate. I have not seen a question that linear regression is not appropriate, all right? Determine the equation of the regression line for the moving averages. This time, T, you start off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you know whether when you put in the information, whether if it is 3 and 8, 3-point moving average, you'll start off with 2. If it is 4 standard moving average, you'll start off with 3 and so on and so forth. All right? Determine the regression equation line of the moving average. You need to calculate seasonal indices for each season, for each cycle. Then use the average percentage method to determine the seasonal indices for each season. Determine the predicted MA or CMA using the regression line, and then calculate the predicted value by factoring in the appropriate seasonal index. Then talk about the reliability. They will ask you about the reliability. So if it is within one cycle of the given data, it's reliable. If not, it's not reliable. All right? So that is basically what I have for you today, and just to show you how to use moving averages and standard moving average to predict the future.